Hi folks, today is November 15th and we have several seconds to spare to talk about the beautiful weather outside. After sub-zero temperatures, we're back kind of in a springish weather, sunny, warm, and expecting the snow tonight. Winter is coming. So I hope you have good weather where you're at and enjoying probably the last days of fall if you're in the northern hemisphere, and the coming summer if you're in the southern hemisphere. So it's exactly 2 o'clock. The topic for today is digital fluency. Digital fluency was a webinar presented at the ID to ID what is it, ID to ID? It's not a conference, like a workshop, a collaboration that we have this semester. And it was presented by Dr. Jennifer Sparrow, who is with Penn State. So within the 15th or 20th minute of her presentation, maybe earlier, Jennifer was asking a question: how digital fluency is different from digital literacy? Which is a great question. It can be rephrased as why do we have now to move from digital literacy to digital fluency? And of course she gives an answer, and the answer is very good. But before we get to the answer, what digital fluency is, let's examine just for a minute, we have 4 minutes left, what is digital literacy? And digital literacy is, some people consider it part of meta-literacies, and I can share with you a lot of information on our blog about meta-literacies. I'm scrolling very fast. So digital literacy is explained by numerous people, some of them from the corporate world, some of them from academia, some of them from the library. And that's where it really becomes problematic. There it is, a workshop by Paul Signorelli, good guy, who is explaining what he sees as digital literacy and why library has to be very, very aware of digital literacy and move finally from information literacy, where they still linger in the 90s, to digital literacy. And also that digital literacy is not information literacy on steroids. It's a very different animal. Librarians fail to understand this, even if ELI in 2017, April 2017, St. Paul Signorelli is offering a four-week e-course on rethinking digital literacy. And one of the parts they have to rethink, is the librarians, is that digital literacy, like information literacy, but digital literacy especially, is not a ownership of the librarians. This is very clearly stated in an EDUCAUSE Second Horizon Project Strategic Brief on digital literacy. So if you look at this brief, you will say that EDUCAUSE spells clearly what digital literacy means for humanities, for business, for computer science, for the whole campus. And it is very indicative that faculty now clearly show their ownership over digital literacy. It is not owned by the library. But what do you think? How do you see it? Let me know. In the same brief, EDUCAUSE also shows the difference between 2015 and 2020 in terms of the skills and abilities that students should preside over. They're changing, if not drastically, they're changing, and if they only get reshuffled, they get reshuffled in a very specific way. Digital literacy by some is seen as media literacy. They consider now media literacy as getting closer and closer to digital literacy. Digital literacy is also a part of the technology trends that are changing around us. So how does digital fluency evolve from digital literacy? It's about enabling students to define how new knowledge can be created through technology. So if digital literacy was about not only being able to evaluate web internet information, but also knowing how to create, how to preside our digital skills, now digital fluency, the evolution of digital literacy to digital fluency means also for students to be able to create new content. And a bunch of other stuff that I would love to hear from you, your opinion about what do you think fluency means in the digital age. My 5 minutes are over, and I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you.